Live from Palm Springs, California, it's the Mark and Tony Show, starring Mark Lantera and Tony Pomponia. Tonight's guest, actor, producer, Frank Monteforte, and yours truly, Mark Antonelli. And now, put your hands together for Mark and Tony.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming here. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Wait a minute.
What?
What's this?
It's my cocktail.
How come I got a glass of water over here?
This is my water.
Where's Vladimir when I need him? Where's Vladimir? Vladimir, I need your help.
Anyway, that being said, thank you, everybody, for showing up today. Tony is, he's a little bit behind a curveball right now. Tony, take a seat.
Okay, let's sit down.
Let's sit down. Let's relax. So talk to me. First of all, before we go any further, you had an announcement. You want to say something?
So check it out. We have a brand new set here. How about this? But before we do that, we want to send a special thank you to Joel and Lee Lovett over at AJ's for allowing us to shoot our first few episodes at AJ's, okay? Big round of applause for that, okay? And Mark, why don't you take it from here?
And today, starting today with this beautiful set that we have here, and the opportunity to be at Chef George, and the thankfulness that we all have for Chef George, Lana, and of course, Vladimir, our favorite bartender.
Yeah.
So give a big round of applause for that as well.
Yep. So, so let's get right. Let's close out our whole experience at AJ's. There's one thing that you folks don't know is that he and I absolutely have a lot of fun working together. Okay.
Yes, we do.
And one of the things that happens all the time is when I'm right in the middle of doing my spiel on the show, this guy can't keep a straight face. And I'm going to give you an example, okay? So one scene, we're sitting at the bar, right? And a couple of pretty girls, let's see, here he goes already. He's starting already. A couple of pretty girls come up and want to pick up on us. And my thing is I'm supposed to fall out of my bar stool, right? So I fall down.
He does it very well, too, by the way.
Well, I got a little practice.
Okay.
So anyway, so I'm on the ground. And I'm over there on the ground, and I'm waiting for the cue for me to come back up. All of a sudden, his wife, Angela, comes in, into the picture. She starts rambling on. I'm over there waving. Hey, come on. I want to get back up, okay? My knees are killing me down here. Oh, my God.
We use him as a stunt man as well as the actor for the show. Yeah.
This guy's over there laughing. He always laughs. Anything I do, he's got to laugh at me.
You bring the best out of me, Tony. You are probably the best comedian I've ever been with.
Hey, I'm not even a comedian.
Well, wait a minute. You're the only comedian I've been with, so yeah. Anyway, we've got a great show this evening. Tony, real quickly before we go to break, who's on the show?
We got the great Frank Monteforte.
Excellent.
Okay? And we got Mark Antonelli, the voice.
So we'll be right back after this break.
Stay tuned.
That's Joey DeFonso, a.k.a. Mark Murphy.
I'm no snitch, but I really don't like the way he treats women.
What do you think you're doing?
He got in some trouble with the boys back in Chicago a few months back. So the FBI bought him and his family a one-way ticket to Palm Springs, California.
I got this idea. I want to run for mayor.
On the condition that he keeps his nose clean and his mouth shut.
I don't think this is a good idea.
Yeah, like that's gonna happen.
Filmed on location in Palm Springs.
G. Aries Visions, visuals from concept to completion, specializing in distinctive logos, identities, and branding. From business cards to banners to billboards, G. Aries Visions is your best graphics solution.
Welcome back, everybody. Tony, you and I have a special guest coming out.
That's right.
Let's see. He's been on Mark's Place.
That's right.
I think he was on Wise Guys with you.
Yes, he was one of the co-stars on Wise Guys.
Yeah, on Mark's Place, he played my Uncle Chip, who wanted to take half my fortune. Frank Monteforte, everybody. So give him an applause. Give him an applause here. Hey. And doing it the Italian way.
How you doing? I forgive you.
Take a seat there, Frank.
Sit down.
How you doing, baby?
How are you, Frank?
I'm good. I'm still here.
How's it? We'll go like this. How's things?
How's things? Still to goes that bad.
Yeah?
Which means everything is good.
How about those 4 years you spent in prison?
Don't tug it.
All right, so moving right along.
Christ, Jesus.
No. He's just kidding. He was never in
Just
prison.
kidding, just
Maybe
kidding.
4 days in prison, but not 4 years. So anyway, we brought you on the show.
Yeah.
You're a personal friend of Tony and myself.
Yes. That's right.
You and I are from Chicago.
Absolutely. Taylor Street.
There it is, back in the day. So what your thoughts and impressions are of Chicago?
Okay, Chicago, no place like Chicago, you know. My
I
folks
agree.
came from Italy, and we were in Chicago in the Italian neighborhood. I mean, other people, of course, you know, basically Italians. And I loved how we grew up. We it was just terrific. You know, everybody had doing their own thing, just work hard.
Yeah.
And it's not bulking the system, just
Right.
work hard. Just, you know, have respect for people, and that's what we learned. If not, there's a wooden spoon across your head. You know
Across the
what I'm
head or across the hands? I remember the hands
Yeah,
getting
oh,
a
that
little
was
red
terrible,
sometimes. The knuckles
yeah.
now,
Oh,
boom,
yeah,
they're
yeah,
pretty
just-
tough.
The wooden spoon was for real,
Oh,
folks.
yeah, it was great.
The wooden spoon was for real.
Yeah.
That's no joke.
Yeah.
We all
No.
know the wooden spoon.
Yeah, being in an Italian family, that was
Yeah,
always
sure.
hanging where you could see it as a reminder.
Yeah,
And
you
the
know,
strap.
can I tell you something?
That's right, Mark.
Discipline, because, you know, my mother used to say, you can't be shkustumad, which means ignorant.
Right.
Never be ignorant. Just do the best you can and just be honest. And,
Yep.
and my father, Sam, he said, listen, kid, if you don't do anything wrong, you don't have to look over your shoulder. And that's it.
That was a spoken word. That's a
right.
good word. Come on, people, give it up. That's pretty good. That is very, very good.
Frank left out one little thing. If the spoon didn't work,
Shoes.
there was another device to get a shoe. But once I got to your dad, it was the strap hanging in the
Yes.
bathroom. The one that you
Yes,
see.
stuff
Who's
out.
what used to
And
shave.
buckle out.
Yeah, and buckle out.
The strap. I wonder why kids don't grow up.
Well, I was
And there was
born
no
in-
place to hide.
I'm not
I
gonna
was
say
born in
it.
the kitchen table. I still have a couple of splinters they couldn't get out. And then, you know, in those days, you didn't go to the hospital. I mean,
No.
there was no money for that, you know. So,
no,
you know,
no.
the okumars, you know, the elderly
Right.
ladies,
Yep,
and
yep.
that's
So
how
you
I
were
was
born on the kitchen
Do
table.
you miss Chicago? I mean, I know you're out here now since, what, 1960, but
Yeah, you know, I left.
you left Chicago.
I
to
left
come on.
Chicago
Was that it?
into L.A.
Oh, it was into L.A.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What I wanted to know, Frank, is I've obviously talked to Frank a lot on set of both shows that we've been on together, but I love hearing the story about your store, Mr. Frank's, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
people that used to come to your store for your assistance.
Yeah, well, let's start. When I left, first of all, when I left Chicago, I was an actor. You know, I was trying to be an actor.
Okay.
So I said, well, either I'll go to L.A. or New York. But I thought it was Al Pacino.
You didn't know he's a comedian too,
No,
people.
no kid. Yeah. So I went to L.A. I couldn't find any work. You know, I mean, and there's, those days, all the actors were there, you know, in the early 60s. And we used to play baseball. They had teams. Jack Nicholson, Jimmy Kahn, and Don Rickles, and all these guys, Frankie Avalon. We had all these teams. And somebody made it, some made it, and some didn't. So, you know, and I was always a clothes horse when I was a kid. I just loved clothes. So I figured, you know, I can't be a movie star, so I'd rather dress them. So I had a friend who had a ladies' clothing store. And he used to do so well. I said, that's what I'm going to do. So I
So you
well,
dressed the stars.
I had $1,200, opened up a store. Don't ask me how, you know. And I went to Paris because what am I going to do that's different?
Okay.
And I found all these fantastic fashions. Nobody went to Paris. Not a little store. Not a little store.
And
I
what
was
year
the
was
first
it?
one,
What year was this, Frank?
1968.
68.
And I
Wow.
closed in 1996.
Wow, you were
That
there
was
a
a
long
good
time.
run.
Yeah.
And I had the most fantastic clients, and it was,
Name some of them. You had the stars.
oh, my, let's see, oh, my favorite was Audrey Meadows. Audrey Meadows was fabulous. Sally Struthers was fabulous. Elizabeth Montgomery was fabulous. I love the part when Sophia Loren said, I'm doing a big sale. She says, and what's my price? I went, what? Now, we used to help because she's Nobly Don and my mother's Nobly Don.
Okay.
So there's always, you know, Joan Collins was a hoot. I mean, there were so many of them. And I used to do all the television shows. You know, not all the
See, I don't know if the audience knows that.
well,
yeah,
I
you
used
were
to,
involved
I used to provide wardrobe for Dynasty, Dallas.
Oh, Dallas.
Who's the boss? You know, and it was just
These are big shows, popular
yeah,
shows.
they
in
were
the day,
they were
too.
big shows.
Yeah.
Not all of it, not all of it. You know,
Okay.
Bob Mackie, you know, all the Dynasty thing with the gowns. I did the sportswear.
Okay.
You know, beautiful Italian
Still.
pants with, you know, it just,
Yeah.
and my clients were just, and it just went for years and years and years.
Well,
for you.
it still hasn't gone away. I got to add something.
Okay.
A lot of the folks probably experience this as well. We could be sitting in a restaurant and having dinner, and all of a sudden Frank comes walking in with a sports coat,
Beautiful
or
coat.
a shirt or something, and next thing you know, you're trying it on. Okay? I mean, even you know, Mark.
I can attest to that, actually.
Yeah. We all have a jacket hanging in our closet thanks to Frank Montefiore.
Well, I like to give them away. I mean,
Yeah, and I have to tell you, 42 regular, kind of what I wear. So you know, Frank has covered me many a times.
well, I
Many
used to
a
work.
times.
I used to work for a funeral parlor. No.
I was wondering why I was a little itchy the last go. Okay, all right. Hey, but
But
also-
I loved it. But you know, and I had a lot of clients,
Okay.
the gals and their husbands, they were producers. So, and I was still in the business. I still liked doing the business. I
Okay.
did some television shows,
Yeah.
but not enough to. I had 2 kids, so I couldn't do that. I can't be a movie star and take care of business.
Right.
And you know, and just so I did odd jobs. I worked at the Whiskey A Go Go when
Oh,
they
God.
first started in 1960.
Give it up, people. Famous spot.
And I knew all those young kids from the Doors to Buffalo Springfield, even
Really?
the people, from Motown.
You
And
made
they
your
were
rounds, Frank.
they were great.
Frank,
they were
I
great.
got a question. I went there once when I first turned 21, and Evel Knievel was always there.
Yes, he was.
He was, and you know, he was so generous. He'd buy drinks for everybody.
Yeah, he
I
was
remember
all-
those
they-
guys would
they
show
were
up.
all-
Hey, he's here. Get in
You know,
line.
the
Get in
nice
line.
the nice things about it, but when I set up a bar on Saturdays, my kids would come with me.
Okay.
You know, and on Saturdays, whether it's Jimmy Morrison and the Doors, or
Right.
Buffalo Springfield, or you know,
Wow.
they'd be rehearsing. You know, and these kids were so great. Now, never had any money. They had never had any money for drinks, so they'd be laying in the bar. So I'd slip them a beer and a Coke. And they were so grateful after the gig. They'd say, Frankie, this is for you. They'd give me this purple Crown Royal bag. I look in it, I don't know what that is. Quaaludes. I don't do that stuff. I never did. I never even drank wine. So I said, who likes Quaaludes? Oh, I like it. It was fabulous. And they were all fabulous.
You became a very popular
Just
guy. Huh?
fabulous. Oh, there was
You've
just.
got a lot of history. Now, switching gears just a little bit, rumor has it, somebody who was a comedian back in the day kind of had his own edgy style. Don Rickles?
Oh, sure. Yeah, Don. Yeah, I
Give
met
the
Don.
audience a little background about how the two of you were that time.
Well, first of all, well, we were doing baseball, whatever, and I had a girlfriend, and her friend was dating Bob Newhart. So so we got to meet and we're friends, and in fact, he and Rickles were friends, and we
Right.
got to be friends, and that's almost like family.
Yeah.
You know, and so when I was asked by Bob to be his daughter's godfather, I said yes, which is a big honor.
Oh, wow.
Because you take care of the kids.
How cool
Right.
was that?
And all of a sudden, I don't know, it must be something. Maybe I was lucky, whatever it was. So, and I have I'm a godfather for a lot of kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and one of the Crosby boys, Phil Crosby, his 2 children, which is Bing Crosby and Dixie Crosby's grandchildren, I was their godfather.
Wow.
Frank,
yeah.
you
And
come
all-
with a lot of
Tell you, man.
history, my friend.
And another one, Julie Stein, the composer,
Yeah,
his grandson Dean, I'm his godfather.
Wow.
Frank.
So you are a real godfather.
Yeah, it cost me a lot of money on Christmas.
And now I know why on Mark's place that when you play Uncle Chip and you come at me and say, look, we're going to do it my way.
That's
not
right.
your
Yeah,
way,
well,
my
it's
way,
just
right?
yeah. I don't want my nostrils to get open. You know, I get hot.
I got to add something in regards to when he plays Uncle Chip on Mark's Place. There is a scene where we went back in time and you were young, and
Yeah.
your buddy, I think it was, who was it, Joey?
Joey I
Joey
is
I, yeah.
a
Joey
friend
I.
of ours from the East Coast.
Yeah, there's a scene where he's got the hat on and sitting there. He looks so friggin' perfect.
You were scary
I
when
mean,
I sat down there
Yeah,
with you.
you were just the real deal. That was a great job you did on that scene.
No, I don't have it with me.
But you did a great job. And you've
Thank
done
you.
equally as well with Tony on Wise Guys.
Yeah.
Oh, he's played so many different
yeah.
parts. He's played the Pope. He's played Frank the Inventor. I mean, he's wearing so many different hats.
You've been in the kitchen doing the kitchen
Yeah,
scenes
yeah,
too.
yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah, cooking.
Unbelievable.
By the way,
It's
I've
been
met
a
lady-
long, it's been a long ride. Like here I'm now with all you guys. I've been here since 2003.
Yep.
Well,
I didn't. What am I going to do?
Frank, I'm sorry. We're up against the clock, as they say.
You're going to be back.
You'll be back.
Absolutely.
All right. So
My
everybody,
pleasure.
Stay tuned.
That's Joey DeFonso, a.k.a. Mark Murphy.
I'm no snitch, but I really don't like the way he treats women.
What do you think you're doing?
He got in some trouble with the boys back in Chicago a few months back. So the FBI bought him and his family a one-way ticket to Palm Springs, California.
I got this idea. I want to run for mayor.
On the condition that he keeps his nose clean and his mouth shut.
I don't think this is a good idea.
Yeah, like that's gonna happen.
Filmed on location in Palm Springs.
G. Aries Visions, visuals from concept to completion, specializing in distinctive logos, identities, and branding. From business cards to banners to billboards, G. Aries Visions is your best graphics solution.
Quando sei lontana sogni all'orizzonte mancano le parole e io sì lo so che luce in una stanza quando manca il sole se non ci sei tu con me su le finestre mostra a tutti il mio cuore che hai acceso. Chiudi dentro me la luce che hai contratto per strada. Con te partirò, paese che non ha mai venduto il vissuto con te. Adesso se li vivrò con te, partirò. Suonavi per mare, io lo so, no esistono più. It's time to say goodbye. Quando sei lontana sogni all'orizzonte mancano le parole e io sì lo so che sei con me, tu mia luna, tu sei qui con me, mio sole, tu sei qui con me, con me, con me, con me. Time to say goodbye, paese che non ha mai venduto il vissuto con te. Adesso se li vivrò con te, partirò. Suonami per mare, io lo so, no esistono più. Con dai oliri vivrò con te, partirò. Suonami per mare, io lo so, no esistono più. Con dai oliri vivrò con te, partirò.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Why don't you step?
Why don't you step? Come sit down. Join us.
Down here. You know, everyone hears his voice at the beginning of the show, but look at the face. Oh, what a beautiful face.
That's
this
it.
boy, huh?
The Phantom has entered the building.
Thank you.
The Tre Amici.
So how we doing, Mark?
I'm doing well. How are you, boys?
Good now. You sing a beautiful song. You got me in the mood. Carol, when we get home, look out. So,
Nothing like
Fantastic.
a beautiful Andrea Bocelli song. All we need is the wine. That's all that's next.
well, you know what, Carol? Make sure you get the wine.
I know, the Bocelli wine, please.
So how's everything? How's things?
Things are
like I
good.
said to Frank, how's things?
Things are good.
Yeah?
Things are good. One step at a time, though. We're trying to stay as focused as possible, given, the times, of course. But so
You know, folks, when this young man came into town, we all were sitting at a local club one night, and his promoter, Sonny, asked if he could sing a song. Remember that night?
I remember it.
He sang a song, and the place gave him a standing ovation.
Yeah,
that was the beginning of your desert experience
It
right
really
there.
was, and that was such a surreal experience because I knew nobody. I mean, it was so nerve-wracking. I get nervous very easy, as you know. So when I was asked to sing like that, it was very much like. So the
But
fact,
you own the town now.
Well, I'm with everyone's help, of course. We're all a team here. So
Yeah, give it up for him because I have to tell you, Mark is shy until he gets that microphone and that voice just knocks everybody dead. But
Thank
you know, he's a special gift here to the desert, and I know it'll be beyond the desert too. So
thank you.
he's a blessing to us all out here, and he's going to be one of the biggest singers here. So.
Yeah.
Thank
so
you.
tell us how it all got started.
Well, I started really late, actually, when I was 17 years old,
Wow.
and I was just going into my senior year in high school.
I'll be back.
Now, before all of that, I was a jock. I did all the sports in high school, and I was really good at baseball. And I put all of my eggs in the baseball basket. And unfortunately, that winter, the tail end of my junior year, I decided to join the wrestling team. And I tore my shoulder, my pitching shoulder. So I had nothing to turn to after that. And given it being my senior year, my friend and I were just he was kind of trying to pick me up and make me feel better. And he said, why don't you try joining the choir for an easy A? And I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. But you know what? I said, you know what? Okay. So I auditioned, and I'll never forget, the music teacher said, all right, Mark, you want to be in the chorus? And I went, yeah. And he went, hit this note, boom, and he hit it, and I went, ah, and everyone just stopped, and that was the beginning of the music bug hitting
I'll be
me.
darned.
So,
Wow.
and from there, I did voice lessons, and really trained and worked on my craft for it wasn't really a long time, actually. It was like 6 months, 8 months, and my voice teacher convinced me to audition for the Boston Conservatory in Boston, Massachusetts.
Right.
And
That's a big deal, people.
Yeah,
I
it was
just want you to know
at the
that's a
time-
very, very big deal.
at the time, it was a super elite, exclusive, private institution, and I auditioned and I got in. So that was a dream come true for me. And from Boston Conservatory, I spent a semester there, and I realized that I hated opera. The training of it was a little too much for me at the time, so I wanted to be more eclectic with what I did. So I decided to audition again for Berklee College of Music, which was right up the street on Mass Ave. And I auditioned for them, and with the help of the Boston Conservatory team there, they were able to kind of elevate me to the Berklee College of Music level.
Awesome.
And that's where I finished my schooling. While I was at Berklee, it was my 8th semester, I got picked up by an agent from Atlantic City, and that's when I had my first gig at the Tropicana in Atlantic City.
How cool is that?
So, yeah, that was
Come
my
on, give it up, everybody. I mean, talk about moving up that ladder quickly, but that voice, I'll tell you what, it's a special thing.
Well,
Thank
it's a
you.
gift.
Thank you.
I know one thing that you got to talk to the audience about. Is that your experience with Bocelli?
Oh, that was
Yeah.
absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah.
That was a 2-year kind of experience started in Las Vegas. I was working at the Venetian on the Strip. I was working as a gondolier. I would wear the hat with the ribbons and the striped shirt and rowing boats and singing opera. And now little did I know that one of my friends, one of the workers there, was a choir director for Andrea Bocelli's show whenever he would come in
I didn't
to
know that.
Las Vegas. Yeah.
be
Now here
nice.
I am working with this guy every day, and I had no
Small
idea.
world.
And he was hearing me sing every time I was working with him. And finally, he kind of was like, "Psst, you want to try something?" I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, Andrea Bocelli's coming to Las Vegas,
wow.
and we need tenors." And I was like, "Sign me up! I am here. Hello, hi, nice to see you." And so next thing you know, I'm at rehearsals with Andrea Bocelli's team of people, and they're teaching us all of his music and all of his like tenor spots that he lands during his shows. And there we were in front of 16,000 people.
I never knew this story. That's very impressive.
Yeah, so that was 2018, and the same thing happened again in 2019. In fact, that's when I was here in the desert when it happened for the second year, because I hadn't heard from nobody for like a year, and I was like, oh man, well at least it was a good experience, you know. Yeah. And suddenly it zzz, 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 hello, and then it was, you want to do it again? It was the same choir director, my friend,
cool is that?
and Robert Peterson, and he said, "You in?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm in." And I called my agent, Sonny, I'm gonna be with Bocelli again. And so it was just, and that's awesome. So we went right back from the desert to Las Vegas. I performed again, and this time though, there was I'll never forget this. They lined us up as tenors, and my friend pokes me in the back. He goes, "Look up," and I look up, and there's a microphone right there, over me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What's that there for?" And they go, "Well, you're going to be singing with Andrea with his high notes, and you're going to be heard." Like
How awesome was that?
And I was like, "What?" So the videos did come out of the Bocelli concert, and you can hear, the voices there. It was great.
We need to continue this story down the road,
Yes,
because I
please.
want the audience to know. But until next time.
Yes. Thank you guys so much.
Mark Antonelli, give it up.
G. Aries Visions, visuals from concept to completion, specializing in distinctive logos, identities, and branding. From business cards to banners to billboards, G. Aries Visions is your best graphics solution.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. And wasn't Mark Antonelli fantastic with that song? Mark, another Grand Slam, my friend.
Thank you very much. And you guys too. We got another one in the books.
What a
Another
show.
one, a great show.
What a show tonight, huh?
Fantastic,
How about
Tony.
Frank Monteforti?
It was great, wasn't it?
Frank A. The best tuxedos in town.
A lot of good stories.
A lot of great stories, a lot of size 42 jackets floating around, but nothing to fit me.
It's all good.
Okay.
Mark, do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
Let the audience know where you're going to be performing. Where are you going to be at? So they know.
Thursdays here, Chef George's Picasso Lounge.
Yes.
Fridays and Saturdays at Frank's Place at Indian Wells.
Yes.
Sundays at Venezia and Palm Springs. We'll see you there.
Everybody, we love the audience. Tony, men's. Mark, you're great. I'm kidding, Tony. You're the best.
What the heck did I do?
Nothing.
I'm sitting over next to this friggin' giraffe. What do you call this thing over here?
Goodbye, everybody.
Man, Tony.
Goodbye.